Morning, Pete, North Las Vegas. I finally got my radiator mounted the way I wanted it mounted. Managed to get the top plate flush with this BeCool radiator, so it wasn't sitting up at some weird angle either on the back or the front. So everything's kind of squared up between the bottom core support and the top now. But anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video just to kind of show what I ended up having to do. I've gone through so far 4 different types of radiator cushion mounts, and I got these. These are the exact same as these that I got from Camaro Central, except these were made in India and these are made in Taiwan. And there is a difference in material. This seems to be a much harder type rubber, where the stuff from India was a softer rubber. But other than that, these two were identical in size and shape. So I ended up, the way BeCool designed their radiator on the bottom, they put some square stock welded onto the bottom of the tank at the 4-core big block location. And I really had a hard time finding cushions that would fit. So I ended up putting the large one I just showed you right there. And right now it looks like it's a good snug fit, but it's not. There's probably a good 1/2 inch on the front part of the mount where it did not capture the radiator. So what that mount on the bottom did, this one here at the big block 4-core location did, was it kept the radiator from moving this way. It located the radiator pretty good this way. But like I said, because this was too wide, it allowed the radiator to move back and forth on the bottom a little bit. And just even putting the radiator hose on the bottom forced the radiator to move. So I thought, okay, well, these solve the problem this way. And what I did was I took these and put these at the smaller radiator, small block, 6-cylinder, 2-core, whatever location on the core support. And this is still a tight fit on the tank. Didn't quite fit perfect. You can see it's very tight, but I got enough of it in there. The radiator is sitting on enough of it to where it also located the bottom this way. So between these 2 cushions, I got the bottom of the radiator located in there and got it in pretty solid. So then I had to figure out how to get the top mounted. And the first problem I had was on the top cover. I was running into an interference right here because of these tabs. And these tabs were bumping up against the radiator fan mount right here. Now this is a repop, and I trimmed that tab off. So you can see a little bit of the hole still sitting there. But anyway, this is factory GM OEM. This is what came with the car. It's been powder coated. And I know you guys are probably going to laugh at this part, but I couldn't bring myself to hack that up, to modify it. There's other places on the car that I've drilled holes and made modifications, and it didn't bother me one bit. I cannot tell you why, but when I got to the radiator top cover plate here, I couldn't bring myself to cut this. So that's why I ordered this repop, and it's a very good fit. I got it from Classic Industries. And I trimmed this tab off, and what that did was it allowed this to drop in flush on top of the BeCool radiator with the fan mounts. And also this bend here was a perfect fit. It snugged right up against the edge of the radiator fan mount on top of the tank here. So that all worked out pretty well. So what did I use for a cushion up here? Well, I used the same big block 4-core cushion, this one here, on the top. And this back portion here has a metal tab that's been over molded in. The rest of it's just all flexible rubber, except for its back part. And this metal piece here steps down and cuts across. So what I did was I cut the back of this off and made this flush going vertical. And that allowed me the room I needed back here on the top cover plate to get this butted up against the core. Anyway, I hope all this is making sense. And then once I did that, I took a pair of pliers on this overmolded part and actually shaped it and bent it down. And it looks like it's way too big and it wouldn't capture the radiator, but it did after I modified this part here a little bit. This part here now actually butts up against the radiator cord just slightly, just enough to capture it. And when I bent it, it also tightened this part up to where it fit perfect in the top cover plate and fit perfectly over the radiator mount. So that took up the slop on the front end, and taking this back part off here, trimming that, allowed that to butt up right against the core support. So this thing is solid now. I mean, it's not moving. But anyway, I just thought I'd share this this video on what I had to do to use cushions, use my factory top cover plate for a more OEM look. And I also, with the BeCool radiator, they sent me some aluminum brackets to where you can delete this and you slide the bracket down front here and bolt it in, and then the bracket comes over here, and what you do is you bend it into shape and then drill some holes and mount your radiator that way. But I really, I didn't want to do that either. To me, that just, I don't know, didn't look very good. And then on a final note, I do have some more radiator cushions coming from Jegs. And the ones that I got coming from Jegs are kind of semi-back ordered right now. But they seem to have different dimensions than all three of these. And I'm wondering if maybe they're going to be a better fit when they show up. But right now, if they don't fit, they're not even close to being right. What I did between these style cushions, I got it to work. So I'm at least happy about that. Anyway, Pete, North Las Vegas, over and out.